Hello and welcome to my channel again. My name is Ken. Today I'm going to walk you through some basic commands of Docker just to introduce the fundamental ideas of this very useful container. I assume that you already know the difference between like a virtual machine and container, so I'm not going to spend any time on the theoretical part of the topic. But instead, I'm going to jump right into the CMD and show you the commands that you got to know. So let me open my CMD. The first command is always this Docker version dash version, so that you can make sure that you have Docker installed on your computer. Like if you don't have Docker already installed, go to here, docs.docker.com, install Docker desktop on Windows. Click on this, follow the instruction, download the installer, follow the instruction, and you can get Docker installed on your machine very quickly. Now I already have Docker installed, so I can go further. As you can see, there's so many commands on Docker. I have to prepare my notes. Okay, no one can memorize everything. So after you've installed the Docker, you will have something called Docker Desktop. Let me show you what it looks like. So it looks like something like this. You have containers. Right now I don't have any containers. Images. Now I don't have any images. So the basic idea of Docker is to get an image and create containers out of that image. Unlike a virtual machine, you download a virtual machine, you run it, and then you got to install another operating system onto the virtual machine on top of your computer that is already running like a Windows or a Mac. So to check your image, the very first thing is to this command Docker images. Right now you can see that I don't have any image. So to run an image, usually you call something like this Docker run. But because I don't have any image, so I'm going to use a generic demo image, which is called Hello World. Not surprisingly, let's see what will happen. Now you can see that I was unable to find, the machine was unable to find an image called Hello World locally. That means the image was not installed on my machine. The next thing it does was to pull an image from the Docker Hub, the library slash Hello World, and then the pull complete, and then you do some decryption, something like that, and then you download it. Now, next, hello from Docker. From this line on, it means the image is running because I used the command Docker run. This is just a demo image, so it tells you to some more instructions, some suggestions, so that like here you can run a Ubuntu image. So we'll do that later. Okay. Just to show you that I've pulled an image and the image is running, I will enter this command again, Docker images. Let me clear my screen. Yes, Docker images. So you can see that I already have an image called Hello World. The size, how long it was created, the image ID and stuff like that. Because this is not the first time I run this image, so you can see that I got this running on my machine like 18 months ago. The next thing is to check your container. Remember, a An image is not a container. A container is something that you create out of an image. Okay, so docker ps. Now I don't have any container running. PS means process. PS. But when I say docker ps-a, that means show me all the containers. Then I will find one container named, I have a container ID like this. The image of the container is hello world, not surprisingly. It was created just 2 minutes ago. And here is the names. Now these names is a random name created by Docker. You can change it, always change it. Oh, and we'll find it. Docker run. Image. Oh, image name. I should give the image name, not the ID. Oh, hello world. Now I've created another container out of this. So let me show the process. Now you can see that I have another container created, which is my container. I created 10 seconds ago, and it is out of the same image, hello world, but it has another container ID. So there are two different containers created out of the same image. Got it? Okay. And because I don't want to remove all those containers, I don't need that. Actually, I don't need the image at all. So maybe I try to remove the image. Docker remove image hello world. Now you can see that an error has returned because I cannot remove an image which has some containers created for it. So that means I have to remove all the containers before I remove the relevant image. So to remove the container, like this, remove a container ID. So I don't remove this one first. So it is, let me clear my screen. Docker PSO. Now only one container is remained, so I want to remove this one as well. Copy the ID, paste it. Okay, Docker PS. Oh. Now all the containers are removed. Now it is time to remove the image. Remove image. And remember, when you remove an image, you use RMI, remove image. Okay, so hello world. So the image has been successfully deleted. So just to confirm it, Docker images, no image. Good. Now you know how to create image, create container, and remove image. That's the basics you need to know about Docker. So the next thing is I want to pull an image from Docker Hub onto my machine and to create a container out of it. The image I want to pull is Ubuntu. So I would use this command. Let me clear my screen first. Pull Ubuntu. Take some time. Now you can see that it's pulling. Maybe I can zoom in a bit. So the image has been successfully pulled. So I can say Docker images just to check it. Now you can see that the Ubuntu image is on my machine. And so that I can now try to run this image by creating a container. How to do that? Again, Docker run. IT means interactive mode. I'll give a name to the container like my Ubuntu container. Okay, just con is okay. And the image name is Ubuntu. I want to open the bash. So let me run it. Give it some time. Now you can see that I'm already in the Ubuntu OS, I would say. So let me say ls, just some Linux command or lso, yeah, just like that, pwd, like that. So basically, I already have an Linux machine installed onto my container, which is running on top of my Windows machine. Okay, so now I want to get out of the Ubuntu machine. How do I do that? There are the two ways. One way is to use exit. Another way is to use the keyboard shortcut. Control P, Control Q. I will say Control P, Control Q. Now I'm out. I'm back to my CMD. Okay. So clear my screen. So let me check whether I still have any process running. Now I still have this Ubuntu is still running even though I'm out because I haven't stopped it. Now I want to try to stop this running container. How to do that? Very simple. Docker stop. Copy the ID. Or you can use the names, doesn't matter. They're the same. Give it some time to stop. It takes a while. Now it's stopped. Now Docker PS. Now if I use Docker PS, it won't show up. If I use Docker PS all, you can see that it is still there because PS means a running Docker container. Now PS all will display every container. Start. Let's say my Ubuntu con. The names right here. Go here. So now it's stopped again. Docker PS. Now see that it is stopped. Let me clear my screen first. Docker PS like that. So now I want to get into it again. Docker execute it my Ubuntu con bash. Now I go back to the bash again. You can see the Linux bash. So ls pwd, stuff like that. Now the exit. This time I use the exit command. Now I go back to the CMD. Cool. So the next thing I want to show you is to pull a server image and run it. So before I do that, I want to delete everything that is unnecessary. So Docker PS, Docker PSO. Okay, so Docker stop. Ubuntu con. No, I want to stop it again. Give me some time. And Docker remove my Ubuntu con. So it is removed. Docker remove image Ubuntu. So everything has been removed. Images, no images. Docker PS, no Docker PS. Docker PSO, no Docker PSO. So now it is cleaned, so I can go on to my next step. Okay. So now I'm going to pull a server called nginx, which is a very famous server. And if you want the latest version, you can do something like that, nginx latest. What happened? Let's see, Docker engine latest. Oh, latest typo. Latest. Latest. So you can see that it is downloading. Give it some time. So the download has been completed, and now I want to run this Nginx server. Server 2. No, localhost 90. Okay, now it's run. Welcome to Nginx. Okay, so now you can see that when I change to port 90, 80, when you so you just enter this 90 into the localhost number, port number, localhost 90, and then you can see that Nginx is running. All right, cool. Well, the next thing is I want to have an HTML document to be run by the Nginx server inside the container. So how to do that? So the next thing I want to do is to go inside the Nginx server container. So Docker, execute, interactive mode. So copy this container ID and then the bash. Now I am inside the container now. So when I'm inside the container, I want to find the folder which hosts the Nginx server, which should be somewhere here. Share Nginx. So I reach it. So you can see that under Nginx, there's only one folder which is called HTML. So now you can see that I already have created an index.html here, which is nothing but cat index.html. Which is nothing but welcome to Nginx, which is exactly this document. So how to change this? I don't want to see this generic welcome message. I want to see my own welcome message. How do I do that? So it is very simple. So just create another HTML document, index.html file to replace the original one. So I will say echo hello world from me and index.html, save it, index.html. So what I'm doing here is to create an other file with the same name as index.html, and within that index.html file I have only one sentence, which is hello world from me. So cat index.html. Now you can see that it has been replaced with hello world from me. And when you go to the browser, refresh it, hello world from me. But I don't want to use this method to every time to go into this HTML folder and then create my own file. Instead, what I want to do is to upload a file to this HTML folder from my machine so that I can just run it directly. How to do that? Which is very simple. So let's say I now create something like this. So I have only one with hello world from my desktop. Okay, and then I save it as another index.html folder, file, not folder. So now I have an index.html file on my desktop. Do I come back here? Okay, let's exit. So now I need to use the copy command. Docker cp means copy, index.html, the container ID. Wait. I need to go back to check. PSO. Okay, this is the container ID. Okay. Then here again, Docker copy, index.html, index.html, container ID. Like this colon. Then the path, ng index HTML, and then the file, new file name, which is also index.html. Actually, I should say desktop, not because it is on a desktop. Should be something like that. It should work. I think it is work. Let me refresh it. Now you can see the hello world from my desktop. So it is running properly. Now it is not running any. Now I've just copied this file onto here, the HTML folder of the nginx server, and the nginx server is running inside a container. Okay, the last thing I want to show you is to run an application inside a container. Let's say I have a Java application. I want to run it inside a container. How to do that? Okay, so this is the last thing I want to show you. Before that, T means tag, and we give it a name. So any name, my Java project, my Java image maybe, or my Java project image to make clear. And then dot. What is this dot? This dot refers to Docker file. If your Docker file is not named Docker file, let's say if you name just some whatever file, then you, instead of a dot here, you have to write out the whole name of the file, like some whatever file. Okay, so because I've named it Docker file, I can just put a dot here. Now you can see that it is creating an image out of my project. Give it some time. It takes time to create an image. So you can see that it's copying. It is actually executing the Docker file. See? So after this, we have successfully created an image out of it. Let me check whether the image is there. Yeah, my Java project image has been created. And to run it, which is very simple, Docker run my Java project image. You should see that, yeah, hello world from Java, which is what I put inside this hello.java folder. Okay, let me show you once again. So this program has been successfully executed by a Docker container, so that you see the output here. So that's all I want to demonstrate to you today. So about the very fundamentals of Docker. Of course, there are many more things about Docker, but these are the very fundamentals, command and operation and ideas behind a Docker and container. So I hope you enjoyed this video and hope to see you next time. Bye bye.